The physical benefits of cycling are really well documented, and so too with e-mountain biking. We often hear stories of people coming back from injury or those with physical ailments, which mean riding an e-bike is sometimes a little bit easier than riding a mountain bike. However, we don't often talk about the mental sides of riding an e-bike.
Yeah, and with International Mental Health Day kicking off tomorrow, I think it's about time we discuss why you guys should get out on your e-bikes.
Now, mountain biking is an amazing sport. However, it sometimes can be a little bit elitist. No more so than those big hills, which really are a big barrier into your entry into the sport. Now, with an e-mountain bike, you can actually take two approaches. You can take the hard route by using eco mode, or you can actually take the easy route, as so many anti-e-bikers are so keen to point out, by using the boost button to get up those hills quite easily. So my advice, I think, is to use e-bikes to your advantage and to stop struggling and to start living and get out there into the hills, because they really do have a great positive impact on your mental health.
Yeah, and the ways you're going to do that, I think, are worth looking at. And I think number one is keeping stress at bay itself. So to break it down, cortisol is your natural stress hormone that's stored in your body. Too much of it can lead to some pretty nasty things such as obesity, insomnia, depression, heart disease. The list is endless on all those things, and it's all because of all the stress in your everyday life that you're doing. So getting out there on an e-bike can reduce these factors by quite a big margin.
Yeah, I think I need to get about more on my e-bike, Chris. Now, obviously, there's a knock-on effect to that as well. Now, by reducing stress, that in turn will reduce the risk of some getting symptoms linked with anxiety. Now, cycling actually can work like some anti-anxiety medications. Really? How it works is you start riding, that releases endorphins, which are the body's natural painkillers, and those are then released into the brain. Now, endorphins are actually there to prevent our bodies feeling the pain, but it's also there to relax and boost your mindset. So it's actually, when you ride an e-mountain bike, it's a win-win situation.
Really? And I think our third point is fighting against depression as well. Now, a lot of the experts say that an inactive adult can actually reduce depression by 19% by exercising.
19%?
Yeah, 3 times a week. If you exercise 3 times a week, the chances of depression are going to go down by 19%. So getting out there on your e-bike is going to do so much for you. It's going to improve your fitness, give you a sense of achievement, and ultimately the end goal is going to be that perfect body too, just like you and me.
Yeah, Chris, you pretty much nailed it there. Living for the moment. And some other things which we didn't talk about actually when you're on an e-mountain bike are the social side of things.
And they are the most social bike out there, right?
I think they are. You think about it, you can ride with young people, old people, people with disabilities, people with injuries.
All at the same pace and chat going around the woods?
Absolutely. And I think the great thing is you get out there, you get in the zone, and you totally forget about all the stresses or worries you have in your life, right?
Yeah, definitely. For me, getting out there, I can just shut the door on everything in my everyday life, open it to the trail in front, and forget about everything.
Yes, so whether you're already an e-mountain biker, you're thinking about an e-mountain bike, and let us know your thoughts on the whole business surrounding mental health and mountain biking in general, actually. Let us know in the comments just down below.
Right, so it's time for the news, and kicking things off first, I think it's about time we named our winner of the recent Park Tools giveaway, and that was Jonathan Shively from America. Look out for a mail in your inbox, and we're going to send that kit out to you. Good work on that, and enjoy it.
Nice one, John. Nice one, John. Now, on the weekend, it was the conclusion of 2 e-bike international series. The first one took place in Varazze in Italy, and the winner of the actual event itself was Andrea Garibo on his high bike, who took the event and the series. Whilst in the women's category, Raviola Gaia won the event, but it was Federico Emilio who took the series. Right. Then there was the event which took place down in Barcelona. This was the WES International Series. And there's 2 sides to this race. There's a cross-country category and an enduro category. Now, the series was actually won in the cross-country by Sofia Wedenroth on her cube, whilst in the men, it was Marco Fontana on his Focus bike. Don't know if you remember Marco Fontana rode in the Tour of Mont Blanc recently.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to ride with him. I did see him, but that was about it.
Marco Fontana, he's moved from World World Cup cross country racing over to e-bike, and now we've seen a lot of people, doing this crossover. No more so than actually in the Enduro series at WS. Now, this event was won in the female by Jessica Bormolini on a Scott, but it was Nico Quer on his Giant who took the series in a field which was stacked full of World Cup races, enduro, cross country, downhill. So, yeah, it was all happening in terms of racing on the weekend, Chris. The whole world of racing wrapped up.
Now, to end the news, there's a bit of a sad one, I'm afraid. Now, we use Windhill Bike Park quite a lot for all of our videos. You've been there a few times, Steve.
I've been there to watch, yeah.
Yeah, not so many jumps. But unfortunately, those guys suffered an arson attack at the start ramp. Now, all the trails, they start on a big elevated start ramp. But underneath that was like an area where you checked in, you got your refreshments, hot drinks, chocolate bars, and there's a chance to chill out. Yeah.
But I think it's crazy, isn't it? I mean, it's in the middle of a forestry. Yeah. It could have been the whole forestry could have,
exactly.
And plus you've got, a massive wildlife park really close
literally
by.
Next door to
really
it, so it could
bad.
Be really bad
stuff.
But those guys went in there, deliberately set it on fire and burnt that ramp literally to the ground. Now the guys have set up a GoFundMe page to make Windhill great again. It'd be great if you guys could donate to that and get it riding once again.
Chris, sometimes it feels like I'm behind the bar pulling pints. So much gossip in the e-mountain bike world. Now, last week's Kenevo story is probably the worst kept secret in the world, but I hear that there's a new Shimano motor in the offing.
I've heard those rumours as well, Steve. Now, this originally came from a leak from a brake disc rotor.
What, from a disc itself?
No, not quite dripping out of it, but apparently Shimano have been working on a new brake disc which has a magnet combined to it, and then this magnet was then linked to a new motor.
Right.
Now, apparently it's called the E9000 or the EP8 motor. Now, this is going to be a lot smaller, more powerful, and it's going to fit, a lot of different fitments in the frames, and bigger torque.
More torque, you mean?
More torque.
So already, see, this gossip is like, it's lighter, it's more powerful. This is all gossip, Chris.
Yeah.
All gossip. But, keep your eyes peeled on new Shimano motors.
Now, all this talk, Steve, now there has been a lot of talk about the new Kenevo versus the old one.
Oh, absolutely king size. Now, this is a great diagram that a good friend Andre Regini sent in. It's an overlay of the old Kenevo versus the new Kenevo. Obviously, there are geometry changes on the new bikes, such things as the head angle, as the seat tube angle, which I think you picked up on,
Yeah,
Chris.
the seat tube, I've noticed the seat tube angle definitely for climbing. That bike feels a lot better for climbing compared to the older one, for sure.
But a lot of talk, so much talk about, is it better, is it worse? But ultimately, it's actually just different geometry. Now, I think one of the main things of the geometry of the bike is the sizing. Now, Specialized have introduced new sizing to the Specialized bikes. It now goes from S1 to S5, I guess size 1 to size 5, which has replaced the old extra small to extra large. Now, one really interesting fact was last week when we were riding up at the Vision line in North Wales, I said to Chris, how's the bike feeling? Because in the past, Chris has had this idea that he needs a bike which is more nimble.
Therefore, I usually go undersized, don't I, on my frame size.
So Chris goes undersized in the past. So his old Kenevo was a size large. His new Kenevo is an S4, which actually equates to the old size extra large. And what did I say to Chris? Chris, does the bike feel nimble?
Yep.
Reply.
It certainly did. It was the size for me for sure.
But it's actually not just about the geometry. We can talk about geometry all day long. It's also linked to such things as suspension tune and the suspension design on those bikes. That's what gives it the life. So geometry is one thing, but it counts for nothing without suspension. Well, Climb of the Week this week is very much Climb of the Week. Some of the most exciting climbs you've ever seen on EMBN.
Yeah.
Bo from Leon C is on his high bike all mountain 2, going up a set of steps. Now this looks proper, right, Chris?
Pretty impressive, yeah. I'd be pretty scared myself climbing them. I think that top set, I'd be worried about looping out and coming back down there.
Yeah, I'd certainly be wearing a full face helmet like you've done there, Lee. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Meanwhile, out in Tasmania...
Yeah, I got Alex on his mirror, the E160, and this, you even get a shout out and Steve.
I do.
Look at this.
This is Climb of the Week. Where are you, Steve Jones? Wow.
So jumped out on the boat, 8 of us out there with e-bikes, epic boys MTB trip away to a town that has been rescued and resurrected solely for mountain biking.
Wow.
Now look at that climb.
I like the idea of that. A bunch of mates out on e-bikes. Like we were saying earlier, getting out with your mates, the social side of e-mountain biking. I think it's still a little bit undiscovered within us guys here on the show. Maybe
definitely.
Josh need to go out some riding.
But
Do you agree, Josh?
Yep. We've got some epic climbs this week as well. I think this has been our best entry ever. But don't forget, if you've got an epic climb, submit it using the upload service down below.
It's time for the comments before we go into that. Guys, I want to point out that we're on 94,000 subscribers. Don't forget to tell your mates. If your mates haven't been e-mountain biking, get them on their bikes. If you've got a friend who's thinking about e-mountain biking, get them down the shop and buy that bike. But most of all, get them hipped on the globe to subscribe to EMBN to get us, get things.
Get in there, get it going.
Yeah.
So kicking off these comments, you got this in from Leave the Vash. By the way, Steve, that was one of the most funny videos I've seen for a while. You rolling around in the forest. Anyway, best video I've seen for ages. Please keep us up to date on Steve's progress.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's something that I've tried so many times in the last 40 years. I'd love to be able to do it. And I think this really has given me the impetus. Seeing the top riders going up some insane stuff.
Yeah.
I want a bit of that action.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Andy Pandy says the best way is to learn to ride both styles of pedals.
Absolutely, because a lot of the time we ride in the wet, we ride in the dry.
Yeah.
I still think on technical trails in the wet, flat pedals are the way to go. But in terms of dry technical climbs,
could be the way.
Yeah.
Lastly, Steve East, nearly as funny as a treadmill.
Oh, move on.
Treadmill clip.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Okay. Hold on. Oh, get out of here. No, that's ridiculous. Are you serious? So guys, thanks for your comments. Keep getting involved in all our videos on eMBN. It's time to grab your globe.
Yeah, it's time.
Could that be a new title?
Could be, I suppose.
I think it could be. We're going to roll that one out in a few weeks' time.
Where in
the
the
flickering
world?
globe this week.
So we are off to the North Yorkshire Moors.
Yeah.
Lyon out in France and Brazil.
Right.
So some good mileage.
Who have we got from North Yorkshire Moors, Chris?
So you've got Chris, he's a regular contributor here on eMBN. He's been out on a specialised Canevo out in the North Yorkshire Moors.
With a foggy breakfast thrown in.
Last night shift of the week and getting out there, all-time weather conditions.
Meanwhile, out in Lyon in France.
We've got Mathieu, shredding the mountain trails on his S-Works Turbo Levo. He's done 62k and 1,000 metres of elevation and still 30% battery left in 700 watt hours.
You must be light, Matthew. That's all I can say. And Diego from Brazil has taken part in Enduro Monteverde Championship event on his Canevo.
Look at that.
So there you go. Grab the globe and get out on your e-bike. Right, what's coming out on the channel this week? Well, Chris has got a video coming up. The 5 essential things to do on your e-mountain bike. The first ride. On your first ride, first things to do.
And on Sunday, Steve is heading out to the Rock du Jour Festival to see all the latest e-bike tech and a new e-bike from one of the biggest bike manufacturers out there.
Oh yes, there's hot news coming from the south of France, that's for sure. It's the bike part time!
Like it.
There was a crooked man with a crooked stick. Oh, Christopher, I'm sure you're not crooked in the slightest. But a beautiful bike.
Yeah, Moustache Someday 27 race 6. And he's been saving for 6 months for this bike, doing a paper round.
Oh man, come on.
So the bike,
It's super nice.
Definitely.
Undoubted.
This one's in from Durley, Merida E120 out in Brighton, Australia.
Nice.
What do you think of that?
I like, it's nice. It's nice.
Nice?
Yep.
Okay. Moving on, Dave, Specialized Levo 2020.
Beast of Burden. That's a lovely colour. Do you know, I'm really liking the colours on that
Lots
bike.
of hope parts on there scattered all over.
I mean,
Looks really good.
I wouldn't normally give that super nice because you can't see the bike side on.
But it is in Wales as well, man.
Yeah, I know, but I tell you what, Dave, I'd love it to be more side on. Oh, you've moved on. It was a nice.
It was a nice. This one's in from Sergio, his Cube Stereo Hybrid Pro 500 out in Fidberg in Germany.
Yeah, I think it's nice. A foggy day. Lots of foggy day shots today. It's nice. Ooh, meanwhile, the thing is, you can guess, winter's coming in here in the Northern Hemisphere. You're going to love stuff like this from Australia, from Sight, Nautica Sight VLT2 from New South Wales. Come on, I love those Norcos.
Do look good, don't they?
Yeah,
There's
especially
too many of them over here.
Empty
Look at it.
beach. Chris,
It's got to be
an
straight
empty
in.
beach. An empty beach. Super nice.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Mark of his 2020 Commensal Power 29, a team edition. That is a smart looking bike.
Well,
isn't
I
it?
was very fortunate to ride on these bikes,
Yeah.
and it's nice to see one. It's nice to see one coming to the UK so quickly. So I think, do you mind?
Go for it. Wow.
Pints are on us.
So this is Bo. So this must be the same guy that submitted the climb of the week, I reckon,
Yeah.
as well earlier. He's from Leon C on Essex with a high bike All Mountain 2 and a 6.
Yeah. A brace. You need to get down there and hang out with Lee.
Yeah, so
I reckon he could show you a
They
thing or
go
two.
out for a weekly urban EEB session as well. So they're
Bo.
right in the streets.
Bo, get in touch with us. Get Chris Smith down to Essex, and in the meanwhile, have a couple of beers on us.
Nice, super nice.
Super nice.
Now this is from Alexander as well. 2019 Turbo Levo P-Works.
Some Zagreb in Croatia. It does need to be complicated. Lovely, beautiful lime yellow Levo.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Super nice.
Got to be the big one. Super nice.
And that is it. That is the bike vault.
And we love seeing all your bikes here on the Bike Vault. Don't forget, if you want to get your
Look how
bike
excited!
submitted,
Look how excited Josh
I know,
is!
he's
Look
all
at him!
over it.
Look at him!
if you want to get your bike on the Bike Vault, don't forget to send it to us using the upload services down below.
Upload services. Crikey! Sounds like a washing linen services. So that's it for this week. Caught Chris by surprise there. Don't forget to stay with us and check out Chris's video she did on battery versus no battery on an e-mountain bike. I've got no idea why you'd want to ride an e-mountain bike without a battery.
Yeah, and I'd have no idea why you want to roll around in the woods clipped into your bike as well. But if you want to see what that one's all about, check that one out down here. Steve, Clueless on Clips.
And don't forget to hit on the globe to subscribe to EMBN and get all your mates in. Get in on the club.
Give us a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Drop some comments in the box below. We'll see you next week.
See you next week from the Rock Desert Festival.